welcome to the Yoga for Anxiety tutorial. So our practice today is going to be just that, finding a few yoga poses that will really help with anxiety if you experience it on a day-to-day basis, or whether it's just right now. These poses will help calm you, help you find a little peace, and come back to the breath. So let's get started. We're going to begin at the top of your mat, so standing at the front in your mountain pose. So mountain pose is with the toes directly in line with the hip bones. So there's a little bit of space in between them. Pressing down into the ball of the foot and the heel. So you can sway a little bit side to side, really feeling the earth beneath you, pressing down, rooting down, and then let your toes come down. And then engaging the legs, building a strong foundation from the bottom all the way up. So keeping the pelvis neutral, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Drop the shoulders down. Pull the ears back over the shoulders. Chin stays parallel to the ground, and the crown of the head reaches up. Palms can be open. And just take a few deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in and out, and again, in and out. Noticing the subtlety of the breath as it returns back to its natural rhythm. Just breathing in and out through the nose if that's comfortable. Feeling the rise and fall of the spine, of the shoulders. The in and out of the breath through the belly and the diaphragm. And all the while pressing down firm, grounded. So staying with your breath, really having that as a focus throughout your practice will help you to calm down, to return back to the moment and see that anxiety is a projection of worry for the future. When we come back to the present moment, we're able to see that in this moment, with this breath, that's all we have. We're at a little bit of movement here. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Palms touch. And then exhale, come into a half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. So letting your hands come to your shins or even your thighs as you pull the belly in. Try to find a flat back. Shoulders stay back. The heels are light now. And then bring your hands to your hips and rise back up. So moving with the breath just a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. And drop your hands. Take a full breath here. In and out. Bring hands to the hips. Inhale, come up again. And one more time. Exhale, settle. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, drop your hands all the way down into Uttanasana. So if your hamstrings are really tight, you can bend the knees and take a ragdoll instead. If your hamstrings feel pretty open, just drop the crown of the head and find a long spine. Again, light on the heels. The weight is in the ball of the foot. Really pull the belly in, relax the face, and shake the head yes and shake it no. If you would rather take ragdoll, really bend the knees, let the belly almost touch the thighs, then grab opposite elbows and hang. Either way, wherever you are, noticing the length of the spine, using that length to stretch the hamstrings. So the stretch is coming from the tailbone all the way up the spine, down into the neck. And breathe naturally here. I'm just focusing on that, on the breath, in and out. Noticing the tension in the hamstrings. Maybe it's letting go a little bit. your hands aren't on the ground, go ahead and drop them on the ground and step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So stepping back about 3 or 4 feet, fingertips point out slightly, the index fingers point straight forward, palms are pressing down, and the feet again stay hip bone distance apart. So you can pedal the feet out here, rocking the weight back and forth. Keep pulling the belly in, tilting the tailbone up and away. So again, long spine helps to stretch the entire back of the body. Let the head hang. You can look up towards your thighs, even your belly button. As you pull the belly in, push the tailbone up and back. Shoulders are strong, pressing into your hands. Breathe. Natural flow of the breath. And drop the knees. You're going to let the knees come really wide, so more of a yin child's pose. Knees come to the edges of the mat, toes kiss, and then sink the hips back for child's pose. Let the crown of the head reach forward as the third eye, your forehead, touches the ground. And add a little bit of wiggle here. Feeling the rise and fall of the spine once again. The inhale through the spine, the back, and the exhale, the chest, the heart falls down a little bit more. So each breath, inhale, and exhale falls. Taking several breaths here. And then rise up into your hands and knees very slowly. You can cross the feet behind you and swing the legs out in front. For a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So pushing the sits bones back, again focusing on the length of the spine. So by focusing on the length of the spine, you're keeping the integrity of the stretch. A lot of times when the spine folds, that's okay, but you start to stretch the spine more than the hamstrings. By elongating the spine, you can stretch both. So if the hamstrings are super tight, bend the knees and flex the feet. So again, that will also help the stretch stay engaged in the legs. So long spine, inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward, extending from the tailbone. And we're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Belly in, heart is lifted forward. Last time. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Once you get to that spot where you feel a deep stretch, but not too deep, you don't want any pain, but to feel the tension, to feel a deep stretch is good. Relax your shoulders, and then you can let your head fall. Breathing in and out of the back and the hamstrings. We fold forward a lot when we feel overwhelmed because that helps us to turn inward. Focusing on the breath, but also it helps us to turn inward in more than one way. So of course, by listening to the flow of your breath, but also listening to the inner story of the body, of the heart, of the mind. Knowing right now in your body, you are okay. Take about 5 to 10 breaths there, and then you'll inhale, come up. Our last stretch, you will want to make sure that you have a wall or something hard. Even the couch will work, the seat of the couch. We're going to swing the legs up for legs up the wall. Viparita Karani. So you'll scoot the hips up to the wall, just like I'm doing, as much as you can. And then roll down. So you can come on your side like this, roll down, and then swing the legs all the way up. If you want to scoot a little closer to your wall, that's great. If you notice that you're too close and need to move further away, you can do that as well. Bring the arms out to a T, palms face up. Or if that feels too vulnerable, too open, you can rest your hands on the belly. Just notice the rise and fall of the belly, of the spine. I'm just resting here, listening to the body, listening to the breath. The legs are soft, they're relaxed. The back of the body is heavy. And choosing to stay here as long as you have time for. When you're ready to get up, you'll come out the same way you came up. So you can roll over onto one side, and then slowly press yourself up. And there you have it. So that last pose is really good if you're super tired, if you're stressed, if you have a headache, any of that stuff. So feel free to take it for 20 minutes or longer if you have the time. If you don't have a wall or wall space, you can swing your legs up on a chair and rest the back of your shins where your calves are on the seat of the chair. Thank you, and I hope this practice really helps you to ease some anxiety. Namaste.